will be showing you how to create your account, how to update your profile and make changes, and how to have full usability of the platform. So as you are aware, you'll receive an email with your login credentials. This will be the email you use to register and a badge ID. There'll also be a link to take you to this page to create and claim your account. So as prompted, you'll need your email to log in, your one-time badge or registration ID, and you'll need to create a password. And it's as simple as that to claim your account. The first page that you'll be prompted to do when you log into the platform is if you'd like to connect with your social media, so Facebook. You don't have to do this, just be aware it doesn't post anything onto your Facebook at all. It just imports simple data such as name and profile image. So it's really handy if you don't have an image of you available on your laptop or your computer at the time. If you don't wish to do this, you can simply select Next, and it will ask you to consent to intelligent matchmaking. This just means it will use your data to correctly preference you with the most appropriate people, and you'll be able to have the full functionality within the platform. So if you click I consent to this, you can then start networking. So this is the landing page, your home screen. Here you'll be able to see a list of your recommendations, meet the exhibitors, scheduled meetings, and exhibitor products. So this is an all-encompassed view of everything that's going on within the platform. The first thing we do recommend you do though is have a look up here and find your profile. On here you can just go in and make sure that everything is correct, so in terms of your name, headline, most recent job title, company, and you can add a location and add a summary in there. You can also add a profile image from this stage if you didn't connect with your Facebook. We really recommend doing this and keeping us up to date. It's the first thing that other users are going to see of you when they land on the platform. You can also manage your availability, and this is important to do from the start. You'll be able to see the event days on here, the networking days, and what you can do is just update this to make sure that the times that you are busy, you mark this. So if you can click for a couple of hours, you can click a whole day as busy or mark a whole day as available. That just means no one's going to be able to schedule meetings with you at the times when you're busy, and it has lesser risk of you having to reschedule meetings that you were invited to. All you have to do then is press save and it'll update. If you want to have a quick check of how your profile looks, you can click here and it will take you to another user's perspective of your profile. So as you can really see, the more information you have on here, the better it's going to look. You can also change your email password and manage your notifications from this setting. You've got a few admin bits here that you can have a read through, and the last important section here is you can actually generate a CSV file of all the meetings you've had across the event. Just note this won't include any personal contact details such as telephone or email. Now we can go back to the home feed. You can either click this icon here or click the home page here. I'll dive into networking first of all. So here we have the networking section. First of all, you're going to have your recommended for you. This is where everyone's going to go when they first land on the platform. You can see we've got 3 calls to action here. You can show an interest in someone, request a meeting, or skip a user. If you show an interest in someone, what will happen is they will get a notification saying that you have shown interest in them. This will urge them and nudge them to also look at your profile and potentially schedule a meeting with you. You can also, once you show interest in someone, they will go into your interested section, and this is a bank of everyone who you've shown interest in. And it's a way to keep track. If you're not sure if you want to schedule a meeting with someone straight away, you can go back and request a meeting with them. You can also uninterest someone by clicking back on there. If you'd like to request a meeting with someone, all you have to do is select this button here. You can do this without them showing an interest in you. So you can select the date, the time, and the location, which will be virtual meeting room. This will only show the times and dates available of both of your calendars together. You can also add a personal message, and we really recommend you doing so. Obviously, we have the text in here that shows that it does increase acceptance rates, but it really does do that. So if you'd like to write even a short personal message, just explaining, introducing yourself, it really does increase it, and you'll have a lot better experience within the platform during this time. So as said, to request a meeting, obviously you've got the selection here. Once you're happy with these details, you can press send, meeting request sent, and you can see the details here. So obviously you can see the date, time, you can see the invitee, and you can cancel or reschedule it. If you want to see where those go, they will be in your schedule, so you can keep track. You've got basically a virtual diary of everything you're going to be doing on the platform. You'll have all your scheduled meetings, all your pending meetings, and all your wait and response meetings. You'll also have anything you add from the event agenda sitting in here as well. Once a meeting is available, you'll be able to click on here where it says Open Virtual Meeting Room, and it will work the same as any usual video conferencing tools. You'll be able to hide your screen, mute your microphone, and chat on there as well. The last call to action that we have on here is skip. If you'd like to skip a user, you can simply press here and they will go into your skip list. You then don't see them again anywhere on the platform apart from in here. You can go back and unskip them at any time. One last thing to note, the notifications during this time, you will receive a notification every time someone requests a meeting with you, shows interest in you, accepts or declines a meeting with you, and it will be the same going back that way. You will also receive an email every time someone requests or accepts a meeting with you, and that will, once you've accepted the meeting, you can also then link it to your personal Google Calendar, for example. This should automatically do it, but if you have any issues at all, just check your browser settings. The last section in here, the last two sections, we've got your interested for you. This will be a bank of all your inbound leads, all your personal inbound leads. They will show everyone who's interested in you, so these are going to be the people that are going to potentially be the most valuable. This will be refreshed every time someone interests you, and as I said, you will get a notification as well to remind you. In the final section, you have connections. This is where you've had a mutual connection with another user. So if that be you've both shown an interest in each other, at that point you'll have an additional call to action. You will be able to chat with someone. To do that, as I said, you need a mutual connection. However, you can then chat and discuss whether you'd like to schedule a meeting or talk about anything else at all. All your connections will sit in this chat bar here as well. Moving on to the schedule, once this is the event agenda, as you can see, we have all of the week's events sat in here, all the sessions. You can decide whether or not you're interested in them by clicking on them and seeing a little bit more information. So there might be some descriptions on here, and you can then add it to your schedule. You can see who's speaking at the event by just checking down here, and again you can have the same calls to actions here. If you'd like to add it to your schedule, you've got two buttons which you can click. If you add it to your schedule, session has been successfully added, and it will then sit in your schedule. You will also get a notification to prompt you when the session's coming up to remind you to join it. And lastly, we just have some extensions down here. So you have an area for all the products, meet the exhibitors. So if you'd like to do some manual networking and just see who is actually in the platform in terms of exhibitors, you can search through down here. You can also filter through this by people that you've also interested, skipped or not seen yet, the location, company name and job title. You can do the same with your exhibitor representatives and the same with visitors. And that is a basis of the platform itself here. What I'll move on to next is the Teams functionality for exhibitor reps. Up in the top right hand corner you have the team section. This is a really powerful functionality for exhibitors within the platform. So here is a collated view of all of your team members. At the moment this team only has one user. However, as users join, if they are part of the company, they will be added down here in team members. You will be able to see a list once meetings are scheduled or have been sent out. You will be able to see a complete list of everyone in your team's meetings here. You can also create a meeting on behalf of someone else within your team. So you can select the representative and select the guest here, choose the date and the time and write a message. The next section you have is the inbound leads. So here As the event goes on, you will receive all of your team's inbound leads. This is inbound leads from not you, but your other teammates, so someone that you specifically have not taken action on. So these are going to be a really, really interesting area for you to keep an eye on. It's completely transparent across the platform as to how many leads your team has got and what action has been taken by your other team members. So if you can see that this user has viewed palm footwear manufacturers. I personally have not taken an action on this, so they're going to show in my inbound leads. I can then request a meeting, show interest, or skip this user. Once I show an interest or request a meeting with them, they will disappear out of my inbound leads and into contacts. Or obviously, if you've requested a meeting, they'll show up in your schedule as well with those details in. You also have the company chat function. So on your exhibitor page, you will have the ability for users to be able to chat directly with the company. What will happen is they will send a chat, the messages will appear here with the name of the user, and you or anyone on your team will then be able to reply to that message. They won't be replying to it as a company, as a representative, they will be replying it as the company. And this just means that no leads are missed from the chat functionality. No one has to sit and watch the chat all day. All team members will have use of it. And finally, we have the contact section here. So this will show all of the features where someone has scheduled a meeting or has connected with any of the team members within your team. You can export this data, so you can export the meetings and you can export the contacts. Again, we don't provide any telephone or email addresses in this data. However, you are welcome to obviously share this in your own meetings yourselves. And finally, the admin section of this team section. So this is where the powerful functionality really does come into play as well. On the team functionality, usually you will have quite a few team members. One person or as many as you like can be the admin. As an admin, you have the right to obviously invite team members, but to also manage the availability of your other team members. So if one of your team members has been added to the platform but has not updated their availability, you can do that for them. And only admin members are able to do that. You can also, as an admin, edit the company profile. So here is really, really important, especially for the exhibitor pages, to make sure it's as filled out as possible. The more this is filled out, the more leads you're going to receive. So obviously you can add a video URL here. We've got a link to learn how to do it if you're not sure. So just click on there and it will be able to tell you exactly how to upload that. You can add and change the website, products provided. You can add in as many of these that are relevant as possible. You can add a brochure, so you click here to update, and again you can add in that details there. As you can see, you've got a lot of opportunity to add catalogues here and to add other information. It is really, really important as an exhibitor representative to update your exhibitor profile. Of course, if you have any questions on further how to do this, do let us know, but you've obviously got the help guide here that will show you further answers on how to do this. And hopefully it should be pretty self-explanatory once you have your details in here anyway. You can click through and update and change this as much times as possible. And to make sure it saves, simply click the save button here. You also have products. So you can add products using this page. All you need to do is add an image, add the name, the headline, location, and a summary of the product itself. Once you click add, it will show up in the product section on the extensions, and you can go back and edit these products at any time and add further products if you wish. And finally, we have the export section. I've already been through this, but it is a really powerful tool throughout the event and after the event that you can go through and check on how you're doing and just find out the full details of everything. I do hope that this has helped today, and of course if you have any questions, feel free to contact the event organiser who will be able to assist you further, and we hope you enjoy your time at the event. Thank you.